Yeah, it's good news. So, Namati gets me. Yeah, good day, Aruna. Yara. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a new day. So, first of all, I want to apologize for being absent. Chon complained that I've not been here for the past 24 hours, for the past 48 hours here. So, I want to apologize for that to all my support system. Welcome to a new day. I was actually pretty busy with some other stuff. But today, I want to officially welcome you to my Vision, My Reality. Today, we're talking about mental peace over social pressure. Mental peace over social pressure has actually been a paramount topic to talk about. So, anywhere you are hearing the sound of my voice, ensure you are subscribing, you liking, you commenting. So, my name is Queen Emilia Donatus, a broadcast journalist, model, entrepreneur, and girl child advocate, and other stuffs. Hi, Chinchon. Yes, my darling. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Subscribe to my channels, like and comment. I'm sorry I've been absent. Tell me how you doing. Good to have you all on board. So, like I said, today's topic is mental peace over social pressure. It is important why we need to prioritize our mental peace in everything we do. It is very efficient why you need to prioritize mental peace over validation. I mean, you need to understand that you have to protect your peace, you have to set boundaries and stay joyful. You don't have to outrightly make um, the society the center of your heart, the center of your identity, giving you validations. You don't have to let their opinion be your reality. Chinese Eric Cartman, welcome. Good evening, everybody. I'm so happy to have you all back. So do want to subscribe, like, and comment. And if you're joining for the first time, welcome to my Vision, My Reality. My name is Queen Emilia Donatus. I want you all to comment on the comment section your location where you're streaming from. I'm from Nigeria. What about you, Nicola Jane? Okay, you're from Siba. Where's Siba? What country is that? Ram J, where are you from? Queen Adams, where are you from? So I like you all to actually take a moment and comment where you are streaming from. It is very important to know your locations. Nicola Jean, do you want to be my boyfriend? I'm talking about boyfriend issues here. Okay, so today it's mental peace over social pressure. Now, the first question is you have to prioritize your mental health. I want you to know that your mental, tell me, can you talk right now? Talk in what sense? I'm talking to you exactly. Can you, I want you to know that your mental health is more important than fake online validations. Like, oftentimes, some people who seek people's validation, they want people to validate them every time they are looking for who wants to actually give them a validation. Yeah, of course, I'm a Nigerian classic. Thank you so much for coming through. Yep. So now, in doing that, you're actually putting your mental health at risk. There are people who cannot actually stand critics when people are criticizing you. So one of the key factors why you need to prioritize your mental health is knowing that you are enough, you are becoming, you're not behind, knowing that you are enough Having this self-confidence of contentment is all you need. But when you don't have that, you want people's opinion every moment. You want to prove a point. You're seeking validation for people who don't even give a damn about you at all times. So doing that, you are actually endangering your mental health. You see young people going into depressions and are becoming crazy. Now, these are the key factors I want you to understand that could actually cause you to be depressed or that can affect your mental health. Classic idea. Are you a teacher of psychology? Okay, I'm a broadcast journalist, and on this show we're having the show is called My Vision, My Reality, and each day of the show we talk about different topic. I'm not a teacher on psychology, but I did psychology as well as part of my course of studied. I studied linguistics and communication art. So psychology is part of my departmental course. But being a guiding counselor, it's something that you need to understand the essentiality of why you need to prioritize your mental health. I come from India and Buddha. Oh, welcome, Karan. Namaste. So, moving on, what are the key factors that could actually cause you mental stress? Now, number one is pressure. A pressure could be emotional pressure, mental pressure, physical pressure, family pressure. Now, these pressures could actually affect your mental health either positively or negatively, depending on how you handle them. As you're joining this live, ensure you're subscribing to my channels, ensure you're liking, ensure you're commenting. And I'm pretty sure that you all had a beautiful weekend. It's a new week, and I'd like to apologize to all other subscribers who has been here for being absent for 48 hours. So today we're going to have the time to cover all you have missed. Karen, welcome. Do well to subscribe to my channels. I love you. Thank you so much. So moving on, I said the first key factor is pressure. Pressure. Karan, I'm from Nigeria, and thank you. Pressure. Another kind of another factor that will affect your mental health is social media comparison. This attitude of seeking validation at all times. Social media comparison, everyone looks successful online, so we feel behind. When you see some people looking all tushed on social media, you that is not looking tush in reality, you're going crazy. Or you're seeing some people fronting girlfriends or fronting boyfriend, and you're feeling like all is perfectly well with them. Sometimes that is not real. There are some that are real, some are not. So you that doesn't have such will start feeling pressured. You start feeling like you're not enough. You start feeling like I need to do this to be part of this. You begin to feel incomplete. Now that act of feeling incomplete is going to cause you anxiety. It's going to cause you depression, and before you know it, you become pressured. You begin to do elite things just to feel among. You begin to do elite things just to feel accepted. In a situation you don't have money, you want to do all manner of source to actually have that money in order to be validated in the eyes of the people. But now the question is, those people that you're seeking validation for, the society, family, friends, peer pressure, do they really matter? Do they really care about you? That's the first question you should ask yourself. Do they really care about you? Oh, I need to get an iPhone. My friends are having an iPhone. Did they even give a dime? Nobody give a dime about you. That's the truth. Because if you're going down, nobody's going down to the grave with you. So that's why you have to take it one step at a time and develop self-confidence to understand that you are enough no matter what the circumstances is. Having the willpower to see yourself that you are enough in everything you do. you see yourself excelling rapidly without um, limitations. Another key factors that could cost you mental pressure is family expectations, parents and society wanting visible results so fast. Yes, family expectations. Sometimes we tend to come from some families who are mounting so much pressure on you. Maybe you're a firstborn. Sometimes you might not even be a firstborn. There's some of these bossy parents who always want, every time they're putting pressure on you. Oh, your mates are getting married, you're still in my house eating my food. Oh, this, oh, isn't it your mate that is driving cars? Oh, you're here fooling around. Isn't it your mate that is having iPhone 15 and iPhone 16? All those are psychological pressures that could actually move you to do the wrong thing, take the wrong decisions because you're either trying to meet up the expectations of your family members or you're trying to meet up expectations of your friends. That is peer pressure. Now, before you know it, you begin to get involved in unhealthy competition. You get involved in unhealthy competitions, silent unhealthy competitions. You're seeing your friends looking good, or you want to have what they have. You see your friend like you just see yourself just being pressured for what? I mean, well, who are you trying to please? I like to give you life experience, testimony that I've experienced way back 2009 to 8 to 9, yeah. During the era of BlackBerry, everybody was going crazy for BlackBerry. I mean, the damage BlackBerry era caused in the life of young girls and that of an iPhone, the BlackBerry damage was higher because way back in secondary school, my early days in university, everybody wants to go crazy. I mean, you don't have a BlackBerry, it looks like it looks like you're behind. It looks like your life is finished. And I remember vividly well then I was using one small I don't even know what the phone name is. One small phone that doesn't have a back cover. It was actually wrapped with a band, a ring band. Yeah. I'm going to school with it. And in my class, you hear my classmates, the females, oh, Queen, how can you be using this kind of phone when COF 3, COF 4, board 5, board 6? Oh my gosh. It got to a point that the competition in my class for who has the biggest or the best BlackBerry was high. Was I pressure? I did not even give it time. Like sometimes I don't even feel visible in the class because it is not the reason why my parents sent me to school. I wasn't sent to school to go and get involved in unhealthy competitions just to get validation from my friends, just to feel among, let them see me that I'm a big girl. No, some of them were actually getting involved in commercial sex working just to afford a Blackberry. And the kind of house where I came from, you won't dare bring such if it's not my parents that bought it for me. You must actually provide who give you that phone because my mom will actually kill you. So I didn't have such a negligence upbringing where there's no discipline. No, I wasn't pressured from SS2, SS3, getting to WIEC time. I wasn't pressured. There was never been a time I was actually pressuring my family members or my friends that, oh, you have to get me BlackBerry. If you don't get me BlackBerry, our relationship is over. No, because that wasn't the first primary nurture I had from my parents. I had contentment, I had value, I had discipline. So my parents has always raised me with the power of contentment. So even at this my level of exposure right now of growth, I have always been content with anything I have. And when I redefine them, you'll be wondering how. Do you know when I got I am BlackBerry Cove? I first used Cove 4. I didn't go to get involved in commercial sex working to get an iPhone, a BlackBerry. I mean, I was in my house in the church, and we had a quiz competition. Hmm? Because value makes a difference in your results. So then in my church, there was a youth program coming up. So there is a debate competition, and me, I like debates. So debate competition was coming up, and the cash prize was there is a cell phone and there is money. So I won the phone, coming second position in my own category. So my own cash prize, my own winning prize is the BlackBerry Core 4. Was it honorably well? Yes, of course. And that was when I was signing out from high school. So I didn't go, thank you so much, love you too from Nigeria. So I didn't go crazy because I want to impress my friends. There was this our classmate then from Benin, Precious, who actually frustrated her parents to get her a Blackberry. Every time she will always make the reference that, oh, all my classmates has Blackberry. Oh, mommy, if you don't buy me Blackberry, I won't go to school. Hello, you're playing with your future just to be in on an healthy competition. So peer competitions, friends, seems to be progressing faster. And this is the reason why today's generation, Gen Zs, are very desperate. In the world of iPhone right now, everybody is doing anything to have an iPhone. I'm not saying having this gadget is bad. No, if you can afford it, fine. But you shouldn't be emotionally pressured, psychological pressured, physically pressured because you want to fit in. There are times and seasons for everyone. There is time for cultivation, time to plant. There are time for harvest, time to reap what you have cultivated. There is time for wait. There is time to be patient. There are waiting time. So during the cultivating era is the time God is preparing you for something bigger. That you don't have it today does not mean you cannot have it tomorrow. No. So in doing all these things, it can actually affect your mental peace. It can actually affect your mental peace over social pressure. So in other words, stop getting involved in social media comparison. Stop getting involved in family competitions. Learn to be humble at all times. Aside being humble, setting your boundaries is very important. If you are a parent, try as much as you can not to get your children involved in unhealthy competitions. I mean, don't be the reason why they missed their destination. Oftentimes, as parents, ignorantly, we have one way or the other spoken unhealthy words to our children that might have internally damaged their self-confidence, that has prompted them to start doing elite things secretly without you knowing. And you not being accountable parent, seeing your kids bringing unnecessary stuffs to the house that you didn't give them, you're not questioning, you're not helping that child. Because in that child's head, they believe they are doing the right thing. Ah, my father wants me to have a car. If I go and steal a car and bring to the house, it doesn't matter. Because all that will be ringing in that child's head is that my father wants me to have a car. Without undermining how. How would you have a car? You're not working, you don't have a business. Okay, even though you're working, how much is your salary? Can your salary actually afford the car? Do you understand? So this causes a lot of mental damage because they want to fit in, they want to impress you as a parent. It is very wrong and pathetic that you have an underage child as a parent. You're mounting pressure of comparison that your mate are getting married, you're here disturbing my life. And isn't it your mate that is driving cars? And oh my gosh, you are actually trying to emotionally pressure that child when he or she has not gotten to the stage that you're trying to push them to. There are healthy comparison. Healthy comparison are those comparison where you have to talk to your child to do something great, even when they are stubborn about it. Okay, for instance, maybe you have a kid who doesn't want to go to school. You had a kid who is always playing around, and maybe the kid friends are in school. it won't be a bad idea if you use their friends as an example to say, okay, hey son or hey daughter, can't you see your friend is striving harder to study? Why don't you make an effort to study like that person? That is a healthy comparison. So in other words, you're trying to program that child's mind to start thinking towards a betterment of improvement to themselves. But the one that is not healthy comparison is the one you're having a 14, 15, 17, 18 child, comparing them to people who are 30, 40. I mean, that is successful doing one thing or the other. Success is not defined by the material things you have. No, it's not. It's not defined by that. So we just have to be guided by the speech we make to our children to guide their mental peace over social pressure. Because even character defamation starts from unhealthy comparison. Then another key factor is peer competition. Friends seems to be progressing faster when you see that you're 14, you're 16, 17, or maybe you just clock an adult 18, and if suddenly your friend has iPhone 15. What does he do? Okay, he has iPhone 10 or iPhone 6. What does that your friend do that you're running crazy for? You just have to get what is obtainable, that is needful. There's difference between needs and wants. So when you're having a peer competition, you want to impress who? Hmm? Okay, or you're in relationship, your relationship is going smoothly, beautiful. Or maybe you've not started involving in sexologist and your friend is, and every time they are abusing you, you're a Jew man, you're a Jew girl, before you know, you start mounting unnecessary pressure to your partner. That relationship is bound to crash. Do you know why? The identities and the aura of grace holding that relationship is different from that of your friend. Your friend is a different spirit altogether, is a different human, a different personality. What's working for him cannot work for you. So if you bring his style to your relationship, you might lose the love of your life. And that's going to leave you on mental pressure, losing your mental peace. And before you know it, you're finding yourself in anxiety and depression. That becomes a problem. So if you don't want to, who's calling me now? Who's calling me? Oh, Papa. I'm sorry, my darling. Martins, welcome. Sir Cleo, welcome. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. So I'm sorry, guys. Sorry for the glitch of distraction. So back to our basic topic. We're talking about mental peace over social pressure. Now, pressure has actually caused more harm than good. We've lost young people who has indulged in illicit actions that has taken their life, or perhaps sent them to asylum, or perhaps send them to jail. Some too has been sent to great beyond the grave. So, understanding that you are enough is everything. You see, in all you do in life, self-contentment is very important. Without self-contentment, you just find yourself doing a lot of horrible things. And before you know it, you've gone so far in that thing that you're finding it difficult to withdraw. And those things are social validation, peer competitions, family expectation. I mean, it is very crazy that I have an adult child and I am not handicapped as a parent, and I'll just mount all the pressure on my child to be the sole provider of my life. For a second, have you actually thought about it as an adult or as a parent? What that child will be going through emotionally? How will that child actually fit in to stand up for his or herself when the time comes? It's not a crime if you have grown-ups who are actually doing well for themselves to support family, but basically mounting all the pressure on the child is unhealthy. it is actually affecting their mental health. Trust me. In a situation where you're not handicapped as a parent, your limbs are not crippled, your hands, your legs, your mouth is not dumb, you're not a deaf person, you can as well make your own effort to balance the family responsibility. It is wise that you don't load all the responsibility on your child. Then, if God blesses you that your child is doing effectively well, unless on rare occasions where you as a parent is handicapped, either you're having health issues, one thing or the other that is limiting you from fending for the family. Because oftentimes some parents has played wrong roles that has sent their children to their early grave. And when that time comes, you as a parent begin to nag, you begin to complain, you begin to cry that your ancestors has disappointed you, oh, your village people, whereas it was caused by you. So those things too can cause mental pressure. Imagine when a child is having so much family load on their head, they resort to either drinking habits, smoking habits, snuffing, prostituting, humanizing, organ trafficking, just to fit in, to impress you as a parent. So have you thought about the mental damage that child will be going through? I mean, they can never stand up for themselves because they want to make you happy. But if A is bringing, B is bringing. I mean, nobody is feeling depressed. Same thing go to some children too, who are a ton of flesh to their parents. I mean, a parent is working so hard to provide for you as a child. You are making life unbearable for your parents. It could as well set them to their early grave because they are losing their mental peace. So what am I trying to say? In everything we do, we should maintain a balance. Um, a parent's well-being is paramount. A child's well-being is paramount. Let there be healthy conversations. When you have a stubborn child that doesn't listen to what you're saying, that will be fruitful to their destiny or future, what would you do? In my own philosophy as a spiritualist, if I talk to you, you don't listen. I have scolded, you're not listening. I will pray. I will not give up praying. Because I'll always have hope that what my physical body cannot do, my spiritual force will do it. So if that spirit that is controlling you not to listen to me as my child, the Holy Spirit will help me out. Because I'm making an effort not to give up on my child. But some of you parents, you just give up on the child or perhaps send the child to psychiatric or mental asylum. Would that make the child more better? No, it wouldn't. In some rare cases, it does. In a situation where the child is afflicted to drugs, yeah, sending the person to psychiatric will help the person. But in a situation where it's stubbornness, there are variants of stubbornness. There are spiritual stubbornness based on the child's destiny alignment. That stubbornness is a protective shield to the gift the child came to the world with. Whereas there are adaptive stubbornness. Adaptive stubbornness are stubbornness that is being instilled by friends, family, peers. Yeah, that one is hereditary. You see your child that was behaving well because of one particular friend that came into their life, your child have all of a sudden become rude and all that. In such scenario, what would you do? Because it's going to cost you your mental health. Cut off that friend that is making your child become abnormal. That is what I would do. I will cut off that friend instead of losing my own child. Instead, I would prefer to fight with my child than the friend, than keeping the friend. So I will get rid of the friend and send the friend to their early grave, send them far away so that my child could be restored. Because sending that child of yours to jail, while that same limitation is still in that your child's life, you're not helping the child. That child will still go to jail. They will discipline him or her there. the child will come back and become more worse. So the best thing is cut off the root cause, that thing that is making that child to become abnormal, because that is what is causing your mental peace, is making you not to sleep, is making you restless, and before you know it, your BP becomes very high, your health starts to deteriorate, and you begin to have prayer point at all time. So I'm good, welcome. So another key factor that could cause your mental health is internal fear. Internal fear that causes you to lose your self-confidence. I mean, you're always afraid every moment of the day. You don't have self-confidence to stand before your friends, your peers. You don't have self-confidence to stand before your family members. You're always hiding in this guise of I'm tired, oh, because of shyness. So internal fear, fear of failure. You're always afraid that you're not going to make it. You're always afraid that you won't be choosing. You'll always be afraid that the place you're going to, they will not approve it. There's always that negative fear. So whenever you're having that fear of failure or fear of not being enough, example, it feels like if you are not rich, verified, or trendy by 25, you have failed. But that's a lie. You know, on the last topic we discussed about, I say discovering purpose in a noisy world. Some people are just putting unnecessary deadlines for themselves. Success has no limitations. It's sometimes it feels very draining that as a young person growing up, you have expectations for yourself that you've written down. Maybe from 15, you've written that at 25, by your own analysis as a mortal, as a human, that from 15 to 25, you're done with school, you've built your house, you've had your family, you have your kids. That is your human plan. But is that God's plan for you? So when you finally arrive at 25 and you've not had either an admission to school or you've not had the family you envision, you've not had the kids you envision, so you're feeling you have failed. You're not enough. That's a lie. You have not failed. That is where times and season is, because you made that plan by your own will, not by God's direction. That's the truth. Because if you made that plan with God's direction, you understand that you are enough. You are becoming. You are not behind. Your visions are valid. Your dreams are valid. Your vision is not a joke. So because you got to 25 and that thing you envisioned didn't happen, oh, you have welcomed the spirit of fear into your life. So any little thing, I planned it, as it didn't work that time, it will not work again. You have actually shut your door with the negative words you have confessed. Are you the creator that created you, molded you, and put in your mother's womb? No, you're not. So oftentimes we put these deadlines for ourselves. This causes us anxiety and depression. It affects our mental peace. You find out that you cannot sleep at night because of that limitation you have put on yourself, that pressure. I told myself that when I got to 28, I must get married. And you got to 28, the marriage didn't come, you want to die. Those things are unhealthy. It could cause serious problem to your mental health. So how do you choose your mental peace over social pressure? It's these things we're talking about. First of all, develop spirit of confidence. How far? Wait till you cook at the hungry. Chimeruche, yeah. I did not cook anything, sorry. So moving on, internal fear, fear of failure or fear of not being enough. It also happens in relationship. You don't want to impress your girlfriend or you want to impress your man just because you want to be accepted. Oftentimes, some people do a lot of dirty things just because they wanted the person to get married to them. They have lost their self-confidence. No, there are time and season for everybody. Like It took me a long time to understand the meaning of my first name, Ghost Time. The day I understand what that name means, I realize my dreams and ambitions, when I'm chasing them, is not coming that time. I won't get angry before I'll be so emotionally drained when I'm chasing something. I don't get it. I feel very hurt. But when I understand the meaning of my first name, Ghost Time, then I begin to understand that anything that is not God's plan for me will never work, no matter how hard I try. No matter how hard I strive on that thing, it will never work. By saying anything that is God's plan for me, oftentimes I don't even struggle. I don't struggle with it. It just comes to me naturally. I don't even have to stress much. It will just come to me naturally. That is how that's how God works when He's your leader, when He's your direction. So oftentimes we'll put these deadlines for ourselves, causing our mental peace, causing ourselves depression, causing ourselves anxiety because we want to be validated. We keep comparing ourselves to things that doesn't matter. So when you begin to get involved in all these things, you're limiting yourself. That your social media is not yet verified, you want to die. That you're not yet viral, or you're not yet trendy. Instead of you to celebrate your loved ones who has been verified or trendy, you have all of a sudden developed the spirit of jealousy towards them because you have placed yourself in a situation of internal competition that you did nothing. I mean, even when the person did nothing to you, because you want to be validated. No, God said, celebrate with those that celebrate, mourn with those that mourn, be happy with those that are be happy. Yours will come. And He also said there is time and season for everything. A time to laugh, time to dance, time to mourn, time to celebrate. So when is your time? The universe is going to make everything align. When is your time to build that house that you have been hustling, struggling over the years? When is the time God wants you to have that house? You don't even need to struggle much. Like the lines will just fall. He will just align everything effortlessly. When is that time that He wants you to get married? All your failed relationships will be behind. And He's going to send you the one that is meant for you. You don't even need to preach so much for that relationship to work. You don't even need to dress to kill for the relationship to get to the climax He wants it to be. So why are you putting yourself under unnecessary pressure? So when you allow God take the lead, your mental peace is secured. Social validation is nothing. I am a Nigerian, whitish. I'm good, and you? So it is very paramount that you understand that these are the root cause, the factors that could actually drain your mental peace. Be content. Contentment is a virtue. You cannot buy it. When you lack contentment, even your offspring will be having same issues. Oftentimes, I see some parents mount unnecessary pressure to their children based on the things they were unable to achieve during their era when they are young. You just have a little child, any small thing, oh, I cannot wait for you to have a house. I have a to, I cannot, oh my gosh. Anything I want for my child, I will command it to come in prayers. If the Holy Spirit leads me to speak a word while my child lives, I will do that, even when it's not convenient for my child. By my prayers, my child will understand what I say. But I cannot come and say to my child that, hey, I need a hair. If you don't get it for me, there's no food for you. No, I'm indirectly putting that child under emotional pressure that might push that child to take a wrong step that will harm the child, and I will cry as well as a parent. And in that scenario, it's affecting your mental peace as a parent, affecting the child's mental peace, and nobody's happy. Antonio, welcome. So whenever we're doing this, we need to understand the root cause for us to protect our mental peace. It is very paramount. Stay away from anything that drain you mentally. If you have friends that every time you're around them, you feel incomplete. I mean, you feel not wanted. You feel not enough. Please stay away from those people. They are causing you mental pressure. Stay away from them. Anything that drains you emotionally, avoid it. Now, number two factor is the effect. The damage of you losing your mental peace. Number one, anxiety. You are anxious. Every moment you're anxious. Every time you're anxious about something, you're anxious. Before you know it becomes a virus of depression. If you don't have that in that time, it's like you want to die. If you don't have that in that time, you want to do anything to get it. Anxiety. Now that anxiousness can stir up BP. As old as 10 years can have BP issues. When that child is anxious, before you know it, you have started picking pockets, you have started stealing on a secret level, and your mind is that nobody's seeing me. Before you know it, you can't steal that, they will send you to jail. But there was a root cause to it. So anxiety leads to depression and self-doubt. Every time you're doubting your capabilities, you're doubting yourself that, oh, there are some people you will see like, me, I know I no reach these people. Oh. I know say I'm not enough. Who told you that? You are enough in your own unique way. There are stages of life. It's not a crime to admire a billionaire if you're someone who wants to be in that level. It's not a crime. There's a difference between admiration and actually having a competition towards that person. It's just like you're on the 20, you're seeing a billionaire in his 50, somebody like Obi Kubana in Nigeria, and you're just being so. Are you okay, sir? Oh, okay. You can. I have. Go away. Go. It's facing up. So, what I'm saying is that it's essential for you to understand. Hello, Moshik. Anxiety leads to depression and self-doubt, rushing into wrong decisions, bad relationships, fake lifestyles, shortcuts, losing identity, trying to be everything society says you should be. You don't have a say for your own life. You want to impress the whole world. Thank you, Moshink. So you need to understand that these are the root cause. Now, examples. Many of us are fighting silent battles behind smiling selfies. We are exhausted trying to prove we are doing well. Some people are just living under this guise of coverage, packaging. So let's understand that your mental peace is more important. Yes, mental peace is more important than unhealthy competition. So whatever you do, choose your mental peace. Take it one step at a time. Take it one step at a time. It's a gradual process. So I like to take a question. If you have a question, ask while we are wrapping up. Okay? So if you have a question, ask. Thank you so much, Sue. If you have a question, ask, because I'll be having a Zoom meeting in the next minute. So if you have a question, please ask. Okay? So if you have a question, ask. Otherwise, I will sign out right now. Ensure you like, subscribe to my channels, comment. Today's topic is all about self. Why is it essential to be good? It is essential to be good because it brings peace to you and it protects your mental health. So ask your question, please. Hi, Chon Chon. So ask your question. It's very important. If you're allowed tomorrow, can I call you? Is that your question, Sue? Okay. Chon Chon, I'm okay, my darling. How are you? Moshing, a person can be good for everyone. Of course, no, you cannot be good for everybody because not everybody will appreciate your good. Yeah, certainly. There are people who will criticize you for good. No matter what you do, is not enough. There are still some kind people who will appreciate you for your good. The time is almost getting to 6 p.m. Sorry, Chun Chun. Maybe it's work stress. I didn't know. I'm sorry. So if you have a question, please ask. Oh, in India, it's 10:11 p.m. Okay. Okay. I'm from Nigeria. I don't know. No. Do you want to marry me, Chun Chun? River State. Perfect. Ijo. So you're married now. You're married. You have family. You have a wife and children. Mm. My beauty secret is happiness. Hmm. Okay, in the absence of no questions, sorry, Perfect 3086. In this platform, we don't do tribal criticisms. Everybody is important, everybody is valid. So it is not a tribal segregation. Chun Chun, Chun Chun saying he wants to marry me. Chun Chun has a family. All you Indians. I don't come to Indian. I'm not coming to India. Perfect 3086. How are you doing? Good to be told that. There's nothing. Who are Googles? Googles are personalities like a group of journalists getting information, fusing them. Of course, I'm home, back home talking here. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye for now. See you when I come live again at 12 a.m. Nigerian time. Thank you, Chun Chun. Hey, Kush Boob here. How are you? Welcome. Subscribe to my channel, like and comment. Come and eat. Have some chips. I don't know what it means. What does it mean? Mmm. Okay. Mmm. Okay, guys. I have to go now. See you later. Bye. Peter Munger, welcome. I'm signing out. Do well to join the live stream at 12 a.m. Nigerian time, West African time. Hmm? Eh, okay. You have something for me? Are you serious? Try. Why Oga Lacham. I said maybe she don't go to buy something. I want to say na Soti Papa they cry.